Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. This is clayrammage. And guess what? That's right, we have another Goodwill Bins haul. If you saw the title, you knew what was going to happen in this video. We're going to show you all the fun stuff that we got at our trip to the Goodwill Bins this morning. It's actually a Monday morning I went. And actually I went by myself. I keep saying we, but it was just me this time. And so yeah, it was slimmer pickings today than usual. But I did find some good stuff, and one item in particular, which I'll show towards the end, really surprised me as far as its value. Value based on sold sales on eBay. So we're good with that. So anyway, if you're new to the channel, welcome. And again, thank you to all my new subscribers. We're almost at that 2,000 mark, which is incredible. Hard to believe. A little over a year ago, I was starting this channel wondering who would want to watch an aging man pick up a bunch of stuff. But apparently a lot of people, which is really awesome. So I greatly appreciate all the support, all the encouragement, and that you guys give. And so yeah, so let's just hop right in here. Also, be sure to comment, hit the like button, or dislike, whatever. If you don't like it, go ahead, hit the dislike. I'm okay with that. Yeah, like I said, comment, make any comments you want, and we can go from there. One of the things I pick up are these beautiful little vintage frames, particularly when they're ornate, goldish. Many times they'll say made in Italy on them. And then I put them in lots of 5 to 6 frames and then sell them that way. And I typically can get like $35 for a lot of 5 to 6 of them. So here's another one. It's a smaller one. And again, part of it depends on the size of the frames, but because that's a little smaller one. And another one I picked up was a small one. So I just pick them up when I see them because, again, I'm paying 25 to 50 cents each. So it's good money for lotting those things. Then I found this teapot. This is an old metal teapot made in Rome, New York by the Rome Manufacturing Company. It is quite heavily used. The handle has been broken and re-glued. The lid is detached. It's supposed to be affixed to that metal part on a hinge, so it tips up and down, and the plating on the outside of it is wearing off. This is not a silver plate. This is just probably a tin plate on the outside on a copper base. You can see the copper along the edge there. But yeah, just a nice little, I just love the look of those. They had great designs back in those days. And there's the mark on the bottom if you can see it. So yeah, I like those. Put it up for sale. People like collecting those and displaying them on their shelves. I did find one book, a vintage book. This one is from 1903. It was a Christmas present from a Mr. Stone, December 25th, 1903. It's To Forest from Mr. Stone. But it's on speaking, which I thought was interesting. It's the International Speaker is the name of it. And it's techniques on speaking, which I thought was really interesting. So I might even read that. I didn't look it up to see what the value of it is or anything, but I just thought it was a fun book. Another book I got, this one is more of a little reference book. It's called the Peabody Museum Books on Anthropology. So this is actually a book referencing books. But one of the things it has in here are pictures of some certain items they have in here. And what's ironic is I saw this face, and it says Middle America is the region that these books cover. And if you guys remember one of my prior videos, I picked up a necklace with a large pendant with a jade carved face that looks very similar to this face. So that just helps, even though it was marked Mexico, this just helps identify even more concretely that it is a Middle America piece as opposed to a North America or further south. So that was cool. Picked up this as a reference book. This is actually a September 2020 book. It's a Beckett on basically baseball cards. So it gives you all the different baseball cards, the years, who made them, and how much they're worth, if they're autographed or not autographed. So I picked this up as a reference book. Again, the prices are always fluctuating, but I know nothing about baseball cards, and I keep coming across quite a few of them. So I thought, well, this will help me gain a little knowledge on baseball cards, which is always helpful to have a little knowledge, right? I picked up this Presto felt. I love the graphics on that. Somebody bought it at Woolworths for $1.29 originally, but it's felt that you put at the bottom of your lamps or, you know, porcelain figurines, or you could do crafting with it. But yeah, you put this on the bottom of different lamps or figures that I get when they're have kind of a scratchy base, or to replace what was on there if it's coming off. Then I found this piece of artwork. It's signed Kathy on there, so I have no idea who Kathy is. I assume it's just an amateur piece. But this is the kind of a reverse art in that the paper. This is a black paper, and then you scratch off the black coating to get the print. So it's, you know, it's a reverse process rather than adding, you know, material on top of the paper. Here you're taking away a layer of the paper to create the art. But I just liked it. It looks like sunflowers, particularly this one, the way they drop as they get, you know, mature. So yeah, it's a nice little print, and it is wrapped in the front of it is plexiglass. You know, it was framed at some point, but somebody took it out of the frame and it was just floating loose in the bins. So I grabbed it. Sweet. You guys are probably quite familiar with this. It's a bobbin holder. It's a 12-piece bobbin holder. And I picked it up because my mom and I last night were just talking about these. So I picked it up for my mom, actually. So Mom, it's coming with us when we come next month. Or the end of the month. I can't even talk today. Oh, let's see what else. Okay. One of the things about being in the reselling business, you always have to be thinking of the next major holiday or occasion that people will be shopping for. And so I picked up these two salt and pepper shakers that are the American flag design. So both sides, and they're curved. So it looks like the flag is waving, which I thought was kind of cool. They're modern pieces made in China, but I don't see many patriotic salt and pepper shakers. So I thought those would be good. I'll put those down at the Pink Elephant. And again, you know, $5 for the pair. It's not high dollar, but it's a nice little turnaround item. Pair of shoelaces. We put these in either the backpacks for the homeless, or sometimes I need them, so I use these for myself. These are pretty long ones, 45 inches. Sport. Cool. I did find this itty bitty little Hummel figurine. It's a boy. It's a little Scotty dog in his lap, like popping out of a box. It is marked Berta Hummel on the side and 1997 on his bottom. And again, he's not an expensive $5-6 item, but I sell a lot of these little figurines down at the Pink Elephant. I don't know why Nicole doesn't sell figurines. I sell them. I can't explain it, but pick those up. I picked up a number of little die-cast cars. This one I picked up because it says it's a Delta bus, and of course Delta is headquartered here in the Twin Cities, so I picked that up because of that aspect of it. Picked up this Mustang Hot Wheels. Again, it's not a old one, but I just liked it. Mustangs are common, and I sell these usually for about $1 to $2, depending upon it. This one I'll put $2 on down at the Pink Elephant. It's not an exclusive brand. I did pick up a vintage Hot Wheels. It's not a red line, but this is a vintage Corvette. I did just sell I picked up a red line Corvette last week at the bins, and I sold that down at the Pink Elephant for $22 a couple days after I put it out. So I like that kind of turnaround, and especially since I paid probably 50 cents for it. So that's good. Picked up this Hot Wheels because I had one like this when I was a kid. I don't remember the exact model, but I remembered it opened up like this. And so yeah, that's why I grabbed that one. But again, it's a vintage one. This is dated 1977. So mine would have been a little earlier than that. But what a great car. And then I also picked up this little Matchbox truck. It's marked 1999 Mattel delivery truck. So there would have probably been either box on the back of it or a trailer. Not exactly sure. I'm not familiar with it. But again, you know, for $1, I throw it in my little bins of assortment of little baggy goodies for crafting and whatever other purposes. And I found one piece of jewelry today, only one. Why is it getting all, oh, that's because that needs to turn out that way. And it's this heart necklace. It's just a regular, nothing fancy. It's got a cross on it. So that's awesome. Found this little pastry roller. So it's got the little, you know, checkered pattern on it. You guys can tell me which pastry you use that for, because I don't really know right off the top of my head. Now I picked up this guy because I just thought he's very cute. It's a pair of kissing bunnies. It's a planter. I picked it up just because I've never seen any quite like these bunnies. It does have his ears been glued back on, so he was broken off, but he was glued back very well. But then there's also this piece at the top. You can see from the inside the glue residue, you know, there. But on the outside, you don't really notice it. They did a great job repairing that one, because on the outside you don't notice it very much. Part of it's because the bunnies are there. It does say hand painted in Japan on the bottom. So this is prior to 1960s, probably 1940s. It's my guess as to its age. But it's just a cute little plant. Could be 50s. I don't know. It's hard to tell on some of that stuff. If it's, you know, and it doesn't say occupied Japan, which is a very limited amount of time. That kind of stuff. It does just say Japan, so more than likely it's prior to 1960 when they started putting made in Japan, or, you know, whatever. So anyway, just my thoughts. Hangers. I was doing laundry the other day and ran out of hangers. So I picked up a little bunch of hangers for personal use. And some of you know my little dilemma with beaters in my old Hamilton Beach mixer that I picked up several months ago at the bins. It didn't have beaters, so then I was on the hunt for looking for beaters, and I could find them on eBay, but they were like $25. Like, I'm not paying $25 for a pair of beaters that I paid $1 for the machine. That doesn't make sense to me, right? So then subsequently I did find a pair of beaters at another estate sale, but I had to buy the whole machine. But I also got 2 mixing bowls, the machine, and some attachments. But I got my beaters. But then they didn't fit quite good enough for me. So I subsequently found another pair and another pair. I found 2 in a bag at a thrift store for $2. So I bought both of those. Well, this morning, my friend Brad, he was sorting through stuff, and he found another pair. These are the Hamilton Beach triple, you know, shaft beaters. This is the longer shaft, which would fit the Model G and several other models. I have the Model K, which needs the shorter shaft and the slotted things, which I did find, which is great. But, so now I have 3 of them currently on eBay for $25. Now I'm going to have 4 of them on eBay for $25. But they're all in excellent shape, so hey, why not? When I'm paying less than $1 each, it only makes sense to pick them up. And even if I discount them to $20, I'm still making good money. So to me, it's a no-brainer to pick those up. They're going to continue to need to be, people are going to continue looking to buy. So that's my little saga on the beaters. Now I'm finding them everywhere I go. I picked this up. It's a macrame kit. It is completely unused, ready to be assembled. It's got all 8 of the little wooden balls. It's got all the twine and the plastic base. And you can make 3 different types of hanging planters out of this wonderful little macrame kit from the 1970s, I'm sure. Let's see if there's a date on here. It's from Hazel Pearson Handicraft. And these are not very expensive. There's a good number of them on eBay right now for around $15. And they sell for right around that. So I will take this down to the Pink Elephant, unless one of you contact me and you want to buy it. But there are a good number of them. And the box is a little crashed a little bit. But all the supplies are there, so that's good. But that's a good Pink Elephant item, because we have a number of people looking for those types of things that come in and look for that. So, all right, I'll get this one out of the way. This is one of the first items I picked up. It's actually a lamp, but it's all plastic. There are 2 horses on here. It's kind of like a mother and a foal. And their little chains need a little help. This one's broken here, but it actually seems a little short too, so I think it's missing a little bit. And his needs to be reattached on this other side. It's missing the ring to attach it, actually. But that's a minor thing. Again, electronics at our bins are 99 cents, so I paid 99 cents for it. So, you know, I'm not out much money. Horses are very popular. No shade to it, but that's easy enough to get. And this is a Canadian-made lamp by the Gilbert Manufacturing Company. So anyone looking for a Canadian-made lamp, here you are. It's a wonderful thing. So I'll put that over there. I did find this wonderful piece of art. As many of you know, I love old cars, so that's a good factor in it. Number two, I love original artwork. This is an original piece of artwork that's been printed on 100% ragstock paper by a woman named Alice Gibbons. And of course it's called The Perfect Pick because they're talking about the Christmas tree that they just picked and are taking home to set up in their house. But this print is from 1996, and there's a description here about Alice and the cards that she made for the museum, Boston Museum, that they were selling. So, and then there's a little inscription on the bottom of the people who bought it and gave it as a gift to someone. And they bought it at the Boston Museum of Fine Arts. So that's this, and I probably will put it in a different frame. It doesn't fit well in this frame to begin with, you know, as far as it's very loose, and I'm not too fond of that frame for it. I think something more like this frame that I picked up last week would do it more justice. So I'm probably gonna switch it around. But anyway, that's that. Now, the final thing I'm gonna show you is after I got home, I did take a brief look when I was at the bins as far as value, and so it was pretty good value, I thought. But when I got home, it had more value than I thought and more age than I thought, and that is this particular piece. Now, my understanding is this is it's for holy water with the crucifix and the candles. Some people described it as a last rites piece. I'm not so sure about that, but it definitely is, you know, for the holy water and the candles. Some people descriptions say it's circa 1900. I don't think it's quite that old. Maybe the one they had, and they continued to make this for many years. I'm not sure. But it's a cast metal, not an expensive metal, not like brass or bronze. It's fairly soft, and it's gilded, you know, so it's got a gold covering on it. And yeah, and it's actually in pretty good shape. Some of the gilding is coming off, particularly on the back for some reason, which is interesting. You would think the gilding would be more than likely to come off the front, but it's coming off the back. And there is just a little bit of residue in the bottom of the dish. So I don't think this was used much. There's a tiny bit of wax residue, but almost none. So I think this was much more just used as a decorative piece as opposed to any practical purposes. So anyway, but one just sold $150 for almost exactly the same piece. There's just some slight variations to it. Which really surprised me. There's several listed for $99 to $100. So I'm not sure what I'm going to list that as, but we'll figure it out. I might do like $125 free shipping because it is fairly heavy and it's going to cost a little bit. Or I might just say $100 free shipping. I don't know. I need to turn things quickly, so I like to price a little more aggressively than most people. I'm not trying to undercut people. I don't have room to store things. I need to move things to move quickly. So that's my model, is to get in and out. And if somebody else can buy it and make more money, that's great for them. I just need to move quickly. But that's basically our haul. I'm not showing you. I picked up a couple bags for the pink elephant. Not a big deal there. But other than that, yeah, fun little haul. Hope you guys are doing well on Monday, and we'll catch you next time.